Mary Lou McDonald, what has been your message to Capitol Hill and to the White House this week? That we want your money, but we don't want your politics on the Middle East.
Well, I think our message has been extremely positive when it comes to Ireland. We have the executive up and running. We have the leadership of Michelle O'Neill, First Minister for all, and Emma Little-Pengally. And I think people here have been watching very carefully, not just the events as they've unfolded since the executive went live, but the tone and the tempo and the mood. So it's good news in that respect. That's one part of the work here. The second bit, as you know, is the issue pertaining to Palestine, the ongoing vicious criminal bombardment of Gaza and violence in the West Bank, and the absolute unanswerable need for a ceasefire, and for the United States of America to lead in that regard and to take a firm position with Netanyahu, with his government. The world watches in absolute horror, and we're at a tipping point, and big decisions now need to be made, not least in this country. And we've had very frank conversations with individual members on the Hill, with the administration itself, and our message has been very clear. We come here as friends, as people who have had the benefit of great support from the United States for our own peace process, and we acknowledge that. But in respect of Palestine, they have got it dangerously, badly wrong. And the ceasefire now, that has to be the absolute priority for everybody concerned.
But what do you say to people back home who feel that's a bit of a cop-out, that words are not enough when it comes to what's going on in the Middle East, that Sinn Féin should be boycotting the White House this St. Patrick's Day?
Well, of course, words aren't enough. I'm not talking about words. I'm talking about concrete action. We need a ceasefire. We need to end the slaughter of women and children in Gaza. 30,000 deaths now. I will talk to anybody, David, anywhere, in a bid to stop that. That's my responsibility and my duty. So the question isn't why did you come? The question has to be, how could you possibly stay away? In a way, we have a unique position as Irish political leaders, in that we have a very strong relationship with the United States, very strong, unparalleled access in a week like this. And we also have a very strong relationship with the Palestinian struggle, and a strong commitment to freedom for Palestine and self-determination, and end to the occupation. How on earth could I possibly justify not coming and not pressing that case in the strongest possible terms?
But the reality is Ireland needs America more than America needs Ireland. So are they listening?
Well, look, we all in the end need each other. We live in a global community, and make no mistake, the opinion here, out on the ground, all across the United States, is firmly in favour of ceasefire. That's all of the data that's been gathered reflects that. I think policymakers here know that what is going on is unconscionable, and it needs to stop. And the question now is finding the means to make that a reality. And in that regard, the United States is absolutely key. It's a hugely powerful nation, an ally of Israel, arming and supporting Israel. And of course, you have to come and speak to that and confront that. And we do that as a country with a huge population here in the United States, and with a very strong historic relationship, but above all else, with an absolute commitment to peace, to human rights, and to freedom for Palestine. So irrespective, you can make your analysis of who needs who more. I leave that to others. I know what my job is, and I know what my responsibility and Michelle's are, and we fully intend to acquit those.
You've had a very busy week here in Washington, in New York, but it is some respite from what's going on back home. You've dropped a little in the polls. You were on the wrong side of the referendum result last weekend. You backed the wrong horse, so to speak. What's going on? Is Sinn Féin losing touch with the electorate?
Well, look, anyone who comes here for a week like this seeking respite will be bitterly disappointed. I can assure you this is a lot of work, a lot of activity, and very important work. And of course, our responsibility and our focus has to be around the lack of housing back home, the urgent need to address and fix that. issues in our healthcare system, issues around our young people, giving them the opportunities that they rightly deserve at home. Of course, all of that are things that Sinn Féin needs to advance and press forward. We're the largest and leading party, according to polling now, for many, many years. That's where we are now. We look forward to election campaigns, in particularly a general election, and giving people the option of change, positive, progressive change. We're still nailed on for that, and irrespective of referendums, and the people, by the way, their decision is sovereign and final. The question was put, the question has been answered. But in the context of a general election, it's still very much game on, and I still passionately believe in the kind of change that we're advocating, and I believe that we can rally people very strongly to the notion of giving a new government a chance and an opportunity to get things right.
Our concerns about immigration in Ireland, the elephant in the room. Is Ireland now experiencing the kind of polarisation we've seen here in the United States and indeed in the United Kingdom?
The immigration issue is one that is widely discussed. Yes, it's a political issue for sure. My own assessment of things is that the vast bulk of people want to know that somebody is in charge and managing this situation correctly, and I don't think the public have been satisfied that that is the case. And what I support is a system that is fair, a system that is efficient, and a system that is enforced. Irish people, for the most part, are reasonable and respectful, but they don't like disorganisation and uncertainty in this space. And can I also say, for people who come to the country seeking status, seeking shelter, it does them no favours either that you have a system that's not properly resourced, that's slow, and that frankly at times is very chaotic.
That feels like a bit of a pivot, moving from a party of protest to positioning to be a party of government. Does that mean you expect Mary Lou McDonald to be handing over the Shamrock to the President next year?
We are a party of government. I mean, Michelle O'Neill leads government, David, in the North. We're a party of change. We're a party that wants, by our best effort, to get the best result for everybody. And I'm very genuine and sincere in saying that. I make no assumptions about myself. I have no sense of entitlement to anything. All I can tell you is that we will work very, very hard, very sincerely. And when the general election comes, I will present our platform, I will present our team, and I will ask in humility to be given the chance to be in government and to lead government.
Mary Lou McDonald, thank you and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's, my pleasure.